Anna here from Anna's Vintage Journals. Just want to share with you my December journal. I did something a little different this time. I used a pizza box that I had bought for the journal cover. I like that it was wide. I don't like it as much as I like using my soft covered envelopes, but I think it turned out okay. It's Santa's Magic Key. A little tiny key on there. I did some vintage doily, a Santa, little jingle bells, old word Santa Claus, vintage lace, cute little charm full of jingle bells, snowflakes, little Christmas lights. Oops. Did I quite like it? I thought that was really cute. And the back, just material all on it, sewed all around. Little jingle bell ribbon closure, vintage lace, and I'm just going to do a quick run through for you to try. And this, hopefully this can see it all here. Inside is just a coffee stained paper and a little check, vintage, and back side so you can write on it. All the lace is all sewn on. A little tuck spot there. I couldn't stay away from doing the vintage. I thought I was going to do like a nice white and kind of a red journal, but I couldn't get away from the vintage, full of little tags. And this is Tim Holtz inks, all coffee stained paper. Little tuck spot, little tags. Old vintage ribbon, I guess, that I had found. Little tags and clips, vintage clips. Or not vintage, but rusted clips with lace. And of course, I like to leave lots of empty room for journaling. And these are my vintage button paper clips that I like making. Doily stained, coffee stained paper. This was a kit I purchased off of Etsy. Parchment. A bag that I guess that I had. Put vintage lace behind it. Again, the little cloth covered vintage buttons on the right. This little postcard behind it. This is old music paper. And of course, graphite paper. Cute little mitten. And these are little tuck spots that I make. These are paper clips with the little bells I put on them. This is a little vintage girls. Look, I made them with book pages. So you have like little mitten in there, tuck spot. And then, of course, in the back, I put the vintage gold and lace that I pick up at thrift stores. And this just a little note card, just a little piece of coffee stained paper that I didn't want to waste. And I said, I'll save it and use it in a little tuck spot in a journal. That's what I did with that one. A little half note paper to write on. Another one of my book pages and tuck spot that I really like making these. These are little tags. Tuck in there. Vintage Santa. Another Santa. these I picked up at a thrift store, and when I seen them, I thought, oh, perfect for a Christmas journal, poinsettias. I thought they were nice. Nice to add to them, give them a little bit of color. A couple of tags. One of the vintage postcards. I like this picture of Santa. And of course, the vintage buttons I make on the rusty paper clips that I rust up. It's a little, just a little splash of green in there, and a little tuck spot, a little note card, back paper to, oops, right on. There we go, Old Time Santa. I think that's like a Sears or an Eaton's. Yeah, an Eaton's catalog. And I like this, the old Christmas ornaments. I think I add that one to most of my Christmas journals. I really like that one. And my double-sided side pockets. Shiny and bright vintage postcard. There's like a layer, a book layer there, book page, and then I put the paper over, make the flowers, and then the same for this side. There's like 3 on this one, one at the bottom to tuck in, one there to tuck in, Christmas, just some Christmas ads, the end of the poinsettia doily. Christmas joy page. Old, these were some envelopes I'd gotten at a thrift store, and gold colors, so I thought, oh, I'll use them for Christmas. Poinsettia with a little doily behind it. And then I have a little clip there with a little pearl button and some lace. Pocket with a couple of vintage pics of Santa and Christmas tree. A nice writing spot. Another one of my pockets that I like to make. It's like a 3-tiered one, another one behind there, filled with vintage, and then a nice Christmas mom and child. Lace there. And tags. Oops. A few tags in there. This, just a little, I think I got off of Pinterest, just a little Christmassy jewel. And an old Christmas game, goose chase, I guess. Tag. This here is just a compliments of the season. I pinned it on there. Oops, pinned it on there and then just made like a pocket, put some old receipts in there. And I used one of my old Canadian stamps. I figured I better start using some. I have a pile of them. And it folds back over. Another one of the little tuck spots with the music paper. I like this picture. I have a couple things behind there. This is a note paper right on. Just another little envelope fold over. The clip just tucks things inside. Vintage lace and vintage lace, yeah, doily stained. Okay. I hope this is okay here. It's kind of, there we go, just a belly band and an old filed. I think I got them off of Etsy. That's fun. Another 2 double tuck spots up there with some lace on the pages sewn in. 2-page spread to be able to write on. A little envelope. Little Santa postcard, vintage, and then Again, I like these Santas. Compliments of the season, and then a couple of pieces of ephemera in the back. There we go. Nothing fancy. This is a card. I got a whole box of these. I think they're Coca-Cola vintage. Oh, this isn't focusing, is it? Hope you can see. Vintage Coca-Cola cards. Two different sides, so I glued book page on the other side. Of course, you can still write on there, but I like them. I thought, oh, they're perfect for the journal. And some tickets. One of my vintage button collection. It's that, and holds this together. It does open up. Holds everything in there. Opens up. So you can have more space to write. And a vintage picture in there. And I'm not very good at this. And a guest check. And that tucks back in there. There we go, another. I think it's a double. I just put one in. I really like this picture. Put that up in there. This was a theme I was going to originally start out with. Just do a light colored Christmas album with a very light, the whites and the pinks and the reds, but I ended up, no, I couldn't do it. I ended up changing it. Cloth cover button. And a couple of little old vintage, the story of the first Christmas stocking. Cute, put it in with the gift. Tim Holtz washi tape. A few pages to, and this I like this. That's like the vintage mail cards at Christmas time. Tuck spot behind there. Kids with the tree. And then this, I made a little envelope. No, not envelope, I guess a little tuck. Use open so you can write right on the inside. Just a quick little thing. I thought it was cute. Just added a little, one of my vintage, I don't know what these are called, but I like them. I don't have that many left. I use them every year. Save them for the Christmas ones, but yeah, I'm going to tuck that in there and tuck the envelope over. Envelope. I can't even talk today. There we go. Probably because I was Christmas shopping today in the city and it was very busy. But there we go. Off of Pinterest, this old special delivery. And I like these, oops, old pics. Getting the trees. Cutting down. Yeah, I like that. Back a little bit. Sorry about that, guys. There we go. Another plain, well, I was going to say plain Santa, but holly leaves. Doily. Vintage. There we go. Just a tuck. Things behind. I'll hurry here so I don't bore everybody. There we go. These are the book page tuck spots that some more of them I made. I thought were kind of cute. Like the flowers, yeah. And then vintage ephemera behind there. There we go. Ooh, doily. I really like that old picture. There we go. Just the center. Just a double tuck spot on each side. Another file card and picture of the kids looking up the chimney. And these are the little Jingle Bell paper clips I made. Little girls, little tag, little candy canes. Got them at Michael's in the mini section where you buy yeah, all the mini stuff for the little Christmas ornaments and things. Just in there, almost done. There we go. Another old time Santa, vintage bells. All distressed ink. Go through this. Another pull out tuck spot. Another little. It's not very clear, is it? There we go. Ephemera behind there. Maybe stuck in there. Nope, there we go. And poinsettias. There we go. And on the last, I just left. I brought the material out over Doilies vintage buttons, and then I made this. I'm just gonna move that aside. And then I made this. I make these out of envelopes. I think I put some on there before, but I think they're cute. The jingle bell. These are just index cards that I coffee stained. Then I stamped on them, sewn all around them. Torn book page flower, and I just took a piece of paper and I put a glass button, vintage button on it. Same as the back. Just a tore page. Like that, and I put my lace down. And that's the inside. Vintage Santa. Just some lace, and I make another little pocket there. Inside I put a vintage guest check. Christmas. And that's a book page. And then it opens to the inside. You can see that. And then I just put a belly band. December calendar card goes in there. And then this is also a pocket right here. I just put a few Christmassy things in there. But this little envelope holds a lot. And this is my little tuck spots right here. Oops. So they slide in and out there. Then there's more room in the back. I put another vintage Santa postcard. And thank you guest check. And some telephone message papers. So that gives you a lot. And that's made out of an envelope. And that gives you a lot to work with. Alright, you get to store something here, you get to open up the side and store in there. You got your tuck spot here in behind, plus you can still write behind there. You can write behind here and on your vintage cards, so it just folds back over like that. Like I said, plus you have another tuck spot there. And then it closes all in like that. And on my other ones that I made, I also put a belly band there and add more, but this one was so thick that I thought that was enough. I think I might make a tutorial on these if there's any interest in them. But I really enjoy making them, and I think they're really really nice. Holds a lot. It's nice for a journal. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed my journal. Thank you for watching. I hope you all have a Merry Christmas. Bye.